Mr. Curtis, I knew your dad. He was a godly, humble man. He was a great man. You know, about 2,500 years ago, there was this guy named Socrates, and he made a statement that started Western civilization. He said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." We have come to a place in Lawrence County where the unexamined school corporation is not worth having. And I tell you, 30 years ago, I got in lots of trouble in this school corporation. Mr. Lambert, you know about some of that. And I tell you, I've had, I don't know how many people come to me about this situation, and believe me, I have waved them off for a couple of years, really. And I want to say this, when you drive around Lawrence County, you see these signs, support public education. You didn't see those signs 25, 30 years ago. People supported public education. The public support for education is no longer a given, believe me. You're going to have to show some leadership and so forth. And unless you mean a charter school as public education, you know, it's just not going to work. I'm going to tell you, I've known Mr. Mungle about him for many years. I've never even met him before. But believe me, I know quite a bit about him. And he was a disaster in Greene County. I mean, a disaster. And he is a disaster here. And I tell you, I don't know how many people have come up to me and said, "Richard, we're destroying public education." And I mean, they're right. I mean, look around you. And I tell you one thing that's really bothered me about all this, really. I've had, I don't know how many people come up to me and tell me, they say, "Richard, when you meet Tallman, there's two things he's going to tell you. That he has a doctor's degree and that he's Steve Ferguson's stepson." I was trading cattle with Steve Ferguson 50 years ago, and he was a straight old boy right down the line, I'll tell you. And I'm just going to say to the school board, not very many people love you enough to tell you the truth. Now tonight I'm telling you the truth. Things are not good. And I want to tell you, it takes more than having a doctor's degree and having a man like Steve Ferguson as your stepfather to run a school corporation. And I know that this is not going to be appreciated by a lot of people, but I've been there before. And I've never made an assertion in a courtroom or in a school board meeting that I didn't sooner or later back up in a court of law, and you can check with Mr. Ferguson on that. Thank you very much.